All right. It's Worldwide Wrestling RPG back in the saddle after some time away.
It has been some time away, hasn't it?
I can no longer see the summer sun. All is just this autumn despair.
Well, that's a little grim.
I am Grim. I am Cowl Brax.
No, that's gimmick infringement. You can't be infringing on another wrestler's gimmick.
Oh no!
They'll get shoot mad at you, so you gotta be careful with that.
Oh, I apologize.
Anyway, does anyone remember what we were doing last time?
I remember you wanted me to sign a contract, Jimmy, and I said the only contract I have is with blood, and I essentially challenged you, and who's the other guy? I get Giacomo to another feud duel after I showed that I was with his wife. That's what I remember.
Yeah. So I think something happened where I tried to get some sort of celebrity join, and then they're like, "No, you cannot join," and also because you're being bad, you don't get to wrestle. And then I stormed in on Tyler's match.
Correct.
Aren't you trying to get the Weatherman?
Yeah, I don't think it was a weatherman. I think I had the weatherman. I think it was like a local politician or something.
As an MP, I think.
Yeah, like an MP. Yeah, a provincial politician to come, and he's like, I said something about like he's running late, and he's like his thing was always on time or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So there is some heat there.
And then I can't remember what happened with Andrew. I don't think we didn't really do wrestling.
No, it was just you guys all had you all had on camera stuff, but I don't think any of you. Well, that's not true. There was wrestling, but the match was interrupted very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, it was sort of like very fast paced. I lost my title shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I remember. And then there were some other developments.
Right.
Surprised I didn't write it down because I usually make small notes, but yeah, I remember that Cowl ended up getting my title shot, I think.
I don't remember that properly. I'm sorry.
Oh, really? I do.
Oh, well.
I remember losing my shot.
For you, you were losing a title shot. For me, it was a Tuesday.
Yep.
Right. And let me just pop open these so I remember the injuries.
Sorry, I just ran around and got my pizza.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Cool. I just gotta remember what the injuries do for you guys. The call up when you were injured. Great. I will not book you to win. Okay. And right. So last time, yeah, Cowl Brax was wrestling Giacomo the Grim, but Sean, you came in and interrupted the match. And
right.
now you guys are gonna have a blow off match. Is that correct? You and Cowl? That was the plan?
If I recall, that's what Tyler challenged me.
Right. Okay, good. So then that's definitely going to happen. But that kind of leaves Andrew Tyler was supposed to be, this was supposed to be a lead up to a title shot for Tyler. So that got shunted off. And so You are the monster, and you are injured. What does that mean? I forget.
I don't know if it means anything. Although people can use it against me, it's like
Yes,
the
when
only way
an
they can
opponent
beat
uses
me?
your injury against you, they gain momentum. But if somebody, when you erase your last check, you can demand a revenge match with anyone who won a match against you while you were injured.
Mm.
So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think.
How are you injured, and are you wearing like a cast or something to play it up?
Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. No, I can't remember how I was injured. I remember I was injured through rope burn a while back.
Yeah.
But I think is that the same injury or did it get better?
I think so. I don't think you ever healed up, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. Well, don't I heal when I get an advance?
That's that's true. So maybe you should have.
I think I think I got injured again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I can't remember what the nature of the injury is, but I thought it was.
Whenever you it's when you use an advance that you have. So you don't, if you had an advance and you can like bank it and use it whenever. But whenever you use an advance, you can heal one injury check at the same time.
Right. Did I not use my advance?
I think you picked another move, if I recall correctly.
Because I know I wanted to set up a tag team with Cowl.
Unless you didn't spend it, and I'm misremembering.
Yeah.
Let me have a look. What do you got here?
I don't think I have any extra moves.
No, yeah, that might be true.
Oh, maybe I didn't spend it. Weird.
Yeah, you might have been hanging on to it.
Yeah.
Because I don't.
Maybe my palms are still have rope burn.
Yeah, you got one, but hold on. Let me. Yeah, I don't think you spent it unless I misremembered. I'm just gonna put a little cube down here to signify that you have an unspent advance then, because that seems most likely. Because I know you got to the top spot.
Yeah. When I think, the thing I wanted to do was form a dedicated tag team.
Mm-hmm. Well, you still can. Like if you still want to do that, you totally can, and we can have it be an in-ring segment.
Yeah.
Because I remember we were talking about that because you guys were considering it, but I was talking about how like one of you is a face and the other is a heel.
Yeah, it was a heel, and so weird.
Well, it's not undoable, but it will pull. It'll really be a source of tension, which is good, honestly. Like it's good to have a source of tension sometimes between the partners, right? The heel wants to cheat and do underhanded things and do anything to win, and the face is gonna try and win legit. But
right.
So yeah, if that's something you still want to do, like you can pull the trigger whenever, and we can do segments on it.
Okay.
But for now, we will start the show.
Yep.
So it's a busy day, lots of stuff going on. Let's see. We'll say that I don't remember where we are this week. Let me see. We were out east last time, right?
We were in Halifax, I think.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, good. So let's let me look around here. Cool. Okay. All right, so we are in St. John, New Brunswick at TD Station.
St. John's, New Brunswick.
St. John, yeah.
St. John. Okay.
At TD Station
The
to
Windy
a
City.
sold out crowd of 70 something 7,000. Oh, sorry. For a concert, it's actually 8,100. So a sold out crowd. The crowd is hot.
Whoa!
Yeah, they're in the mood for some wrestling tonight. So, at the top of the show, Sean, Jimmy Weston has asked, what were you thinking interrupting Cowlbrax's grudge match with Giacomo the Grim?
Listen, he had some papers that he needs to sign. He's going to become #1 spot. It needs to be all above board and legal. See, when we joined the 2 wrestling things, a lot of things fell through the cracks. So I'm here, and I'm like flexing to make sure, and I'm like not that buff, to make sure that these guys do it all legal.
All right, that's a promo. You cut one, so cut a promo. $10. The audience loves it. They think this is hilarious.
Nice.
So pick 2.
I can't remember if did Cowlbrax set a stipulation for our match? I believe he said something about it being something like blood cage.
Oh, that was when you asked me to sign the contract. I said the only contracts I sign are in blood, and that's when I threw you at Giacomo. It's more of a threat than a stipulation.
Yeah, but you wanted to like book a match with us, or like me and you. I thought you wanted to book like a hardcore match, if I recall, but I'm not 100% on that.
I must be misremembering then, because I just remember we moved the match to a different day. I don't remember exactly.
Right.
Like if I stipulated like a condition for a match, like I trust you.
Yeah, well, sorry, Chris. I'm starting to remember now. I had some beef with an NPC character, right?
Okay, you're booked in the grudge match with them later. Yeah, so I'm gonna pick add a stipulation to this match, and it's gonna be a ladder match with a briefcase and a contract.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, so it's a ladder match. Well, it's not the main event, but because that would kind of compromise your want.
And I want Cowlbrax to come out and respond.
Okay, you got it. Sorry, yes, but before that happens, sorry, Andrew, what were you saying? You had
I'm trying to remember. I had some beef with an NPC character, right?
Right.
I remember. Was it Giacomo?
Maybe because
I think he got the top. He got to be the contender now, right? Wasn't that
yes? Yeah, they were. Yeah, actually, that's I think correct. It was him who was getting pushed over ahead of you, not
Cowlbrax.
Not Cowlbrax, exactly. Yeah, so there is some heat with him in general.
Okay.
But or sorry, no, it was with Tyler. I remember because you guys had that backstage thing, right?
Well, that's what I'm remembering, because I remember intimidating him in it failing, and I thought it was with an NPC character, because I don't think it was Tyler's character. That's why I'm like, I thought it was Yakumo.
It was with the NPC, and you had like some spat where it's like, okay, I'll make him do a match later on.
Well, that's the thing I'm remembering.
And it had to stay quiet or something. I can't remember. Like,
right,
you guys settled it amongst yourselves, right? You're gonna get a match later. Right. I remember. You're gonna get a match later where he beats you clean to end the feud, so that you can kind of save face, right? That your storyline didn't get dropped. You're gonna get a match with him later to finish the feud clean, so that you don't just like look like something that you don't. It's less obvious that they dropped you, right?
Right.
And he's like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Right. So you should actually have +2 heat with him. I don't know why you have +1. Right, because he's got also feuding with like Tyler's character at the same time, so it's a little awkward. So we'll have to find something else to do with your character this episode.
Yeah, no worries.
But that's okay. That's wrestling, baby. Okay, so yeah, we'll put that up to +2. All right. So now that we have our memory has been refreshed, Tyler, Sean has demanded. Well, he's not demanded it. Sean has stipulated that your character must come out to respond to his promo. So he's talking shit, and you show up. Obviously, this is a scripted segment, but
Ooh, how scripted is it?
Well, I mean, it's live. It's live TV, but like obviously, like Sean is like, oh, like it was obviously planned from the get-go. Like Sean is on camera talking about the match that he's gonna have with you later tonight. So you're gonna show up and make the match hot. So,
all right, he thinks that we will follow legal regulations. Well, he doesn't know that I have formed a union. I have formed the Overly Severe Harmful Alliance. OSHA, if you will. And then I punch the camera.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so it devolves into a schmoz, and like security like pulls the both of you apart. You guys can't lay a hand on each other before the match.
Ooh.
So are you like, is this like a faction that you want to start, Tyler?
That's it. I didn't think that far ahead.
Because like it sounds kind of like a faction to me. The Overly Severe Harmful Alliance. Is that correct?
The Overtly Severe and Harmful Alliance.
Yeah, the Overtly Severe and Harmful Alliance.
I want to say,
if you want to start a faction, that's fine. But keep in mind, you gotta convince people to join.
I have to convince people to follow OSHA.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So if this is something you want to do, totally. And to be fair, this is a great way to fulfill your want, right? Yeah. Because you can get a big stable and be at the head of the stable.
That is true. Yeah.
So yeah,
actions are fun.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead and let's see, what would be the let me just double check your moves here. The call up. Right, so you have seen it all and reputation. Yes, okay. So roll reputation first on, because you have appeared on camera.
Oh no!
Me?
No. Was that the correct one?
Was it? Oh, what? I thought I hit reputation. I don't know why I got work the audience. Hold on.
I think it's plus real. So yeah, no, that was correct. I think I might have just mislabeled it. Yeah, I just mislabeled it.
It's okay. Let's go with the first one then. I just rolled the second one just to make sure.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just fix your macro. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Yeah. They think you suck. The local crowd. You're just not over with them. So you lose one audience.
Oh.
You're at 0 audience. This means you gain in advance.
Ooh.
But if you remain at 0 audience at the end of the episode, you are fired.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
Gotta win back.
So, yeah, you do have to get it back. Luckily, you got a hot match tonight with a guy with +3 heat, so you should be able to gain some audience, hopefully. But keep in mind, if you don't, you can always spend that advance you just got to gain +1 audience.
Ooh, alrighty.
Yeah. So, yeah. So it's not the end of the world. Just keeping you abreast of the things that you can do. But yeah, if it's still at 0 at the end of the episode, and I'm not gonna do a hard move because that's pretty much as hard a move as you can have. Is that if you don't shape up, you're gonna get fired like immediately. So we'll just leave it at that.
Damn, I'm starting from the bottom today.
I need to pile on. So like after the promo is cut aside.
Could it be his contract he's fighting for?
Well, maybe. I mean, it usually is. It's like usually a match contract that you're fighting. That like a ladder. Like if you win the match, you get a
match of your choice or something.
Yeah, usually like it's a match of your choice in ladder matches. Almost always. Usually a title shot. But yeah, I guess it could just be like a fight contract, but I think the booking might be troublesome in that case.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think actually. Yeah, what should be in the suitcase, Sean? Since it was your step, what do you think should be in there?
I was thinking like 5 contracts that have like if you fill your name in it, you get like a raise of like a $500, but each one. So you could either take it all yourself or you could spread it out.
Okay, so it's more like so it's not like it's more like it's not for like a fight contract. It's like this is like a Money in the Bank match.
And then also a promise that I'll do his paperwork for him and he has to have to worry about it. I guess.
Damn.
Otherwise, he has to worry about it if I win.
What do you get if you win, right? Like, what's in the case that you guys are fighting for, basically? That,
yeah,
if you get it, you win. If
like, I'll get money, and also I get to force him to sign a bunch of stuff what he's supposed to sign.
Okay. So it's okay. I like this.
Like
it's 5 match contracts.
Like
right?
it's like pride and money sort of thing.
Right. It's 5 match contracts. If you win, you decide what the 5 matches he wrestles are. If he wins, he decides what the 5 matches are.
Ah, that's great.
But keep in mind, they're his matches either way. Okay. They're not your matches, Jimmy. They're his matches.
That's funny.
So you decide who he wrestles for the next 5 weeks if you win, and he decides who he wrestles for the next 5 weeks if he wins.
You wrestle the pickle man. It's a man in a pickle suit.
Okay, good. I like that. That's a good stip. Okay, so after the promo, like management kind of pulls you aside, Tyler, and they're like, What's this about fucking OSHA? Like that's ridiculous. Like it's already a thing. People know what it is, and they don't. It's going to be so hard for them to remember that it's associated with you. Plus, you didn't clear this with us. Like, who's going to join your faction? You can't just say you're going to start a faction. Ugh, this is just such a fucking headache.
I cross my arms and just try to appear larger.
Like, that doesn't fucking work. I sign your paychecks.
It will make sense.
Oh my god, these indie guys. And he like shakes his head and he like walks away. So you're not making friends backstage with your weird attempts to form a faction, but I like it.
He has no vision.
So how do you gain hate with people again? Just wrestle?
The best way to gain heat with someone is to wrestle them. Although, to be fair, it's to interact with them in general, right? Most moves have a way to gain heat, like when you just worked the audience, or when you cut a promo, you could have gained heat with the subject of your promo if you wanted, right? Or, you know,
Okay. Yep.
when Tyler worked the audience just now, he could have gained heat with whoever he was jawing with. Actually, that reminds me, I need to fix his move a little bit more because it's still broken.
I know that I'm hitting the reputation button, so it's
Yeah,
all
I just messed it up. Sorry. Let me just fix your move so that doesn't happen again. Reputation, edit. They've heard of you. Yeah, 10 or more. They've heard of you. Pick 2. There's a vocal minority. Pick 1. They think you suck. Gain momentum equal to your starting momentum. Add a stip to any match. Gain a heat with your opponent. Okay. Good. That's good. Okay, it's fixed now. Your move has been fixed. All right. So yes. So because because Cowell and Giacomo's match has been kind of like, or yeah, basically we've decided that Giacomo is going to wrestle Johnny, and that's going to happen later on in the evening. So yeah, just before this, there was I can't remember, you guys. It was Kieran Kelly, right? The TV title. The CTV Championship, maybe. Sure, why not? I don't know if they would actually put wrestling on their channel, but who cares? Just before this, there was a title. He defended his title against another challenger. It was basically just a squash match. He easily won. The only reason that they had it is so he can be ringside for this next match with Johnny Legend versus Giacomo the Grim. So, Johnny Legend, you are announced, and you're heading to the ring.
Okay. No, sorry, just to make sure, advances can only be spent at the end of the session, right?
I don't think so. Yeah, no, you can spend them whenever you want. Like, literally whenever. Yeah.
Okay.
You can do whatever. Most of the time, like, it's better to do them between episodes because they're like, add a move, which is kind of a, like, not that, you know, if you want to do it, you can, but it is more work to do in the middle of a session, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I gotta, like, code it into the Roll20,
Okay.
which takes, like, a few minutes, but, like, if you see a move that you want, like, in the middle of the match, you're like, actually, this would be the perfect time to do this move that I've been wanting. That's fine.
Right.
We can do it. If nothing else, I'll just get you to roll 2d6 in the chat, and I'll figure it out.
Okay. Because I'm just trying to remember, like, because Tyler's storyline, he's now kind of going after, yeah, who's he going after now?
To Giacomo and Jimmy.
They're still going after Giacomo?
Yeah, he's, because, like, technically speaking, this is this kind of, like, interrupted the original plan. The original plan was that he was going to be wrestling Giacomo this week, but because of the run-in, everything got pushed back because they needed to do this blow-off like immediately. So that's why you're getting the match. That's why there was space for you to get this match with Giacomo right now to end your guys' feud, so that it doesn't cause problems.
Yeah.
So you look better because you had a legit end to your feud. You didn't just get shunted aside for the next thing, right?
Right. Okay.
That's the plan anyway.
I'll still hold on to my advance then, I think.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. No, like I said, like, there's no rush. Do whatever you want. And, you know, keep in mind, if you lose a match, keep in mind that when you erase that injury, when you advance, you can demand a rematch. You can say, you only beat me because I was injured.
Right.
So keep that in mind.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, you head to the ring, Ghost Riders in the Sky place.
Yep.
The crowd goes wild, maybe.
I come out with my cowboy hat and my oil chest. I'm looking like Edge, starting towards the. That's how I imagine my character looking like for some reason. Maybe
yeah, no, totally. Yeah, I definitely get Edge vibes. I don't know if he ever had a cowboy gimmick, but that's fine. You don't need, it doesn't need to be exactly the same. I mean, your reference photo does give like Edge vibes.
Yeah,
sure.
I think that's why. I was like, I just see Edge. I'm like, all right, it's Edge. I'm Edge.
All right.
But,
I mean, he's not really a monster wrestler, but that's totally fine.
Yeah.
You know, in other ways.
Appearance-wise.
You just you highlight it and then just drag the corner to make the scale them up.
Exactly. Edge if Edge were 6'8" instead of whatever size he is. I don't know what he was booked as. Anyway.
Yep. So I'll start towards the ring. Are they cheering for me? Because I know I'm kind of like.
Well, they're booing.
Heel. Okay, they are booing. Okay, great.
Yeah,
great.
I mean you're a heel. When I say the crowd goes wild, that means they're like boo.
Okay, excellent. So I'm just kind of like living it up. Like, yeah, bring it on. I love it. I love your boos. Like, give me more.
Yeah, exactly.
As I kind of go towards the middle of the ring, I'll take my hat off and I'll put it over my crotch and do a little like giddy up dance, and then like chuck it into the crowd. And then I just kind of like start bouncing on the ropes, cockily waiting for Yakimo to make his entrance.
Right. He's like, the dark grim style, lights low, lots of mist. He kind of like strides to the ring. And he has a cape, obviously. And he has like skull face paint, obviously. And he's not even paying attention to you. As he enters the ring, he's just staring ringside where Kieran Kelly is sitting, clearly disrespecting you. He's like, I'm just here to take care of business, right?
Right.
And the crowd's like, ooh. They're like, oh man, like is Johnny just gonna take this?
Yeah.
But then eventually he turns around and he says, "Ring the bell," and they do, and the match begins.
Okay. Who starts in narrative control?
Technically, you do. Because you're wrestling a non-player wrestler, you are always in control.
Okay.
And if you would lose control, I will narrate a short sequence and then hand control back to you.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that you're gonna like win the match, but it does mean you're responsible for how the match goes.
Okay.
All yourself. So you call your shots and do all the spots you want to do. It's totally fine. And my job is to facilitate it as. But yes, actually, Sean, Tyler, either of you or both of you can take the commentary role for this one if you want.
I feel like this is the time I'm going to roll a name generator to have a generic commentator become less generic.
Sounds good.
Gonna roll a name on the name generator.
Yep, you got it.
So you want to be co-host commentator, Sean?
You will become a shoot reel commentator.
Nice.
I can be Jim Dharma.
Okay, and now real names. Let's go with, I don't know. Let's go with a French name because we're in Canada.
Jean-Baptiste.
Louis Vuitton. It's a French name.
Alfred Avelin.
Alfred Avelin.
Exactly.
All right, you got him. There he is.
He's a mean one. Anyways, he's like, I can't even comprehend what's going to happen today. He's just like shouting at the top of his lungs.
Right you are, Alfred.
How big is Yakimo relative to Johnny again?
I don't know. I mean, Giacomo's like one of those characters. Like he wears paint, so it's kind of tough to tell exactly how old he is. But he definitely like he plays like a not like a monster necessarily like you are. Like he's definitely like smaller than you, but he's definitely like the veteran type.
Okay. Because I just want to know if it was realistic when I run at him and then like almost not quite spear him, but like pick him up with my shoulder at his like waist level and then like throw him over me. Kind of like a suplex, but like with him upside down. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, so you run at him and like you just like grab him by the hips and just like flip him over you as you. Yeah. No, that's totally fine. I mean, keep in mind, like you could do that with any wrestler. They just if they got legs, they're gonna jump, right? So
yeah, no, for sure.
You would make it look good, so you can do that to anyone.
I just want like my moves to kind of like respond.
Yeah, look,
to
you're tossing him around. No, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's big, but like the fact that you're bigger, like so, and exactly. So you're basically it's like a spear, except you're like you like almost like you're a bull, like throwing him over your shoulder.
Exactly.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
Him and then flip.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. He flips and lands on his back in the middle of the ring.
Okay. And then as I do that, I'm gonna kind of flip him and then like wait for him to get up if he's getting up. I'm gonna like chop him in the neck.
Yeah. Some classic chops. The crowd goes woo, as they always do.
And then when he falls down,
he falls to a knee.
Yeah, I'll like run at the ropes and then like come back and then like come with like a. So he's not like lying prone. He's like on a knee.
Well, unless you want him to be lying prone.
Okay.
It's whatever you want. You go ahead.
Sure. We'll say he's on a knee, and then as I'm coming back, I'll just kind of like it's so brutal. We'll like drop kick him in the chest.
Yeah, shotgun drop kick. Boom, knock him on his back again. All right. So that those are certainly some. These are I would say that's either hold on a second. Where are my moves? Here they are. I would say either that's an athletic feat, maybe, or I guess this could be like I'll let you decide. Like, what are you aiming for here? Like, or is this just a wrestling move? This is just wrestling where you're trying to be like show strength, basically.
Pretty much.
Or are you like giving him the business? Like, are you actually kind of laying it on him a bit?
No, I don't think I'm going quite there yet.
Okay, yep, fair enough. You guys have some shoot heat, so I wanted to just
no, I don't want to like just
on that. Okay,
so I'm a professional to some extent. Like,
make a wrestling move then plus body.
Okay. So that be. Sorry, you have to forgive me. Do I do that through my character sheet or through the bottom macro? Which one's the better way?
It should be fine to do through your character sheet.
Through wrestling? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it should prompt you to pick which one, right?
So yeah. 6. I will spend a momentum to bump that to 7.
You got it.
And then I will gain a momentum.
Okay. So you're back up to momentum, and you give up control.
Then controls to you now.
Yeah. Okay. So Giacomo sells that you kind of just were beating up on him a bit, and then you lean over to kind of like mock him, and he gives you the classic eye poke. So you like reel back, and he takes that opportunity to charge to the opposite ropes and hit you with a running clothesline.
Excellent. I go flying down.
You just take a knee, actually, because you're just so big, it's hard to knock you down. So he runs to the other side, and he returns. He does a sliding kick to take out your other foot and knock you onto your back before going for
While this is all going down, Alfred's like,
yeah, go ahead.
Ref, what are you doing? He poked me. What are you doing? He's freaking out like a crazy, like one of those like over the top announcers, like a soccer announcer almost. Not to do anything other than just to yell.
Yeah, don't bury the refs too hard, eh? But yes, it's not real sports. They're paid to not call these things.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. And then he goes for the quick cover, but obviously he didn't do enough damage to you. You're able to kick out at just after 1, and he kind of walks around the ring a bit and mugs for the crowd and gives you the chance to catch your breath.
Okay.
So you slowly rise back up to your feet, and I'm going to hand narrative control back to you. But we'll put a little twist on it, put a little English on it, and say, obviously he was prepared for you to get back up to your feet, so he's charging at you.
Okay.
Just to put a little English on the description.
Yeah. So as he charges at me, I'm just gonna like almost bump him with my chest.
Yeah.
So he's gonna charge at me, and I'm just gonna like wall him and like have him stumble or fall. Actually, cool. I like it more if he could just stumble so that he's still standing.
Yep.
And then he's just kind of looking somewhat stunned, and then I'm just kind of imposingly staring at him.
Okay.
Like slowly walking at him as he's like, "Oh my god!" Like this guy can't
like
be down.
He just put his his shoulder into you full speed, and you just kind of walked it off, and he's like reeling. Yeah. He looks suitably worried. Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that thing where I kind of like slowly like move towards him, and then I'm gonna do that classic wrestling where I just like I slam my foot on the ground really hard and punch him at the same time. So like 1,
classic.
2, and then I'm gonna kind of give him a second to like reel, and then I'll turn around and do a it's not a suplex, but like it's like a drop. You know what I mean? You like drop their chin on your shoulder, and you fall down.
A stunner.
Yeah.
A stunner. Yep.
Like turn around.
Stone Cold style.
In one of those. Yeah. It's a signature move. But yeah, I guess I'll do like a Stone Cold style.
No, hey, it's okay. That's what I'm here for. I'm trying to facilitate this. Yeah. No, you give him a couple things and hit him with the stunner. That's go ahead and make the wrestling move.
Yeah.
I would say this is just probably just a normal. Well, you know what? I could. Yeah, this is still probably plus body. A stunner is not exactly technical wrestling. And the other part of your description was very much about overpowering and just strikes and nothing fancy.
Actually, that's fair. Yeah.
I would say we'll go plus body.
Okay, 9. So I guess I'll spend 1 to also get a momentum and retain control.
Okay.
So I'm wondering how I want to do this. So the heal, refresh my memory, sorry. The heal move.
Yes.
How does that work again?
So the heal move is when you have to do something that's underhanded to get what you want.
Right.
So you spend 2 momentum, and you can either gain heat with your opponent, leave someone helplessly lying on the floor. So like usually that'll be less likely in the ring. That's more like a backstage thing, right? Where you like just beat someone up backstage. You can postpone one of your matches. This is more like if you are holding a title and you don't want to have to defend it.
Okay.
But if you want to postpone a match for any reason, that's or you can cheat and book yourself to win.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking of doing.
Yeah, no, this is the time.
So
if you want to do it.
As he's doing that, I'm gonna kind of go like slide towards the edge of the ring, and then from the edge of the ring, I'm gonna pull out. It's like how cowboy do I want to go with this? I was just gonna grab a chair, but that's not as like. If I grab a whip, it's a bit much. If I grab rope, I've already used rope. So you know what? It's gonna be a chair, but it's gonna be covered with like Texas, and it's gonna have like the American flag like in the Texas emblem. So it's gonna be like
that chair's an American chair. How dare it?
Like a very patriotic chair. So I've got kind of the American flag, and then I'm gonna pull it out, And it's actually going to be like wooden, just to make it more dramatic when I break it over him.
Yep.
Whoa.
Obviously, it's not going to be like hard construction. It's going to be designed to break. But I'm going to pull out the chair, and then as he like kind of stands up from the stunner and is somewhat reeling, I'm going to just like smack him in the face with it.
Okay.
So I smack him with the chair. And then,
Now,
so this is where I'm not as sure. So like, is he expecting this? Or
let me
like,
put it this way.
I think
is he rolling with this punch, or is he just like, what the fuck?
Is part of the game is that like it can go either way, right?
Okay.
Like, however, this like whatever is real is negotiable, but what's happens in the ring is like what's kayfabe is what's real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because that's what the audience sees, right? So that's what everyone's has to kowtow to. But backstage, we can play this off however you want, right? They could be a last minute booking change, but that's my responsibility, not yours. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
right?
so I just gotta do whatever. I just let you pick up the
use
pieces.
backstage machinations to explain away whatever happened as being part of the plan the whole time, right? That's my job as the DM, right? There's the GM is to make that all work. But you should do whatever you feel like whenever you're on or off camera, and I will make it work.
Okay.
Right? So you are cheating in order to win this match. Yeah. That's what's important. Right?
Perfect.
So the referee was seeing the referee saw him seeing stars and went to consult with the ringside doctor, and that's when you took the opportunity to smash him over the chair and sweep the evidence out of the way before going for the quick cover. And as the ref turns back around, you're already over top, and you get the 1, 2, 3. So you're. I guess you had to spend 2 momentum to do that.
Yes.
So you're down to 1 because you had gained 1.
No, I'm down to 0 actually, because I had gained 1 to push myself to 10.
Okay. Yeah, you spent. Okay, so you're down to 0 momentum. Got it. Yeah. So you win the match.
Okay. Cool. Do I still have to make a finishing move, or is it just?
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead and make your finisher. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. No, that's fine.
Yeah, so he's stunned from the chair. Like he's he's like shoot bleeding. Like he bled the hard way. This wasn't. So yeah, maybe this is what happened. I'll say like, shoot, like what really happened is, like the chair spot was planned, but he was supposed to like fight through it and keep going. But he's like legit hurt. So he's like, okay, we gotta go to the finish right now. Like I can't keep wrestling.
Okay.
So you gotta go over. So hit the finisher and hit the finish, and we'll work this out later.
Okay. So in that case, he kind of whispers that to me.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I agree. And then that's when I kind of, it's like, what is my finisher even? Is it? Oh, it's the hog tie.
Yeah, it's
and
the
that's
hog
when
tie.
That's why I can't use the rope in this instance, because I use it now. So I bust out the rope from behind my back. I kick him in the stomach. I'm kind of like elbow him down, and then as I get on his back to like pin him, I like pin him and simultaneously tie up his like hands and feet, and then like
it's a submission finish. I think technically, right? Yeah. So, technically speaking, this rope is part of your is considered as part of your clothing. So that's why this is legal.
Okay, excellent.
normally this would be an illegal use of ring material, but through a loophole, the rope you have hitched to your belt counts as an article of clothing, and thus is legal to use in this manner.
Yeah,
which we
as is explained often by the announcement team.
Which is like also I depending on his role on his finisher, I want to pump it up. But the announcer is like, oh my god, he could be done here, because he's supposed to. That was what he was gonna say when he got hit, and there was gonna be like a big like comeback. But then he starts doing it, and he's like, oh my god, he is actually gonna go all the way.
All right, roll your finish.
And then he starts explaining the thing.
7.
So
all right,
if I pop him, does it just go up 1 to 10, or how does that work again?
The put over move. So let me just put it over.
I could click it.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, you bump it up to the next result level. So it doesn't. Yeah, it's not just +1. You get to put it up to the next result level.
Yeah, to 10. So he's like, oh my god, he just used that opportunity. Ref, where are you? Where are you, ref? And the ref is like, turns to like whatever because he was like being treated by the doctors, and then.
Yep, he sees you slap on the submission, knee in the back, and Giacomo's screaming in pain, and he plays it up a little bit. He fights. I mean, he's not in real pain.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not comfortable, but he's not actually like trying to hurt the guy, so he's okay.
Alfred's like, look at the blood, look at the blood, and there's just like a bit of blood like smeared on the mat.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he plays it up for a bit, but yeah, you got him dead to rights with that blatant cheating. So this is fine. He'll still look strong, but he taps out. He taps out to your finisher, and the crowd is mad. They were expecting like a barn burner, but and especially because you're so big. But so they're mad. They hate you. They're real mad at you. But that's good. So congrats.
Yay! They hate me.
You got big time heat. Yeah.
Excellent. Cool. But I don't actually get any actual heat with Giacomo, ironically.
I don't think so. No, not in. There's other ways that you can through other moves, but
with the audience, I gain heat.
Yeah, the heat. I was gonna say the audience is giving you heat right now, which is why you get +1 audience.
Right.
You're hot with them. They're like, "Boo, this guy sucks. He's the worst."
Excellent. And actually, if it's fine with you, I think I will spend my advance now.
Sure. Yeah. What you want?
So I think I'm actually gonna go with prodigious size because I am playing my body up a lot.
Yeah. So you get +1 body. You're +3. I will change that, and I will change it in your character sheet as well.
Okay, thank you.
And I will pop that in your attributes and abilities as well.
Because I was thinking of going for that tag team arc with Cowl, but things have just gone so like
differently
off the rails. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, maybe I just gotta do my own thing and see where the cards fall again, and then go from there.
So we'll go with bold, and it is prodigious. Oh, you already have it in there. Okay, good.
Oh, sorry, I just wrote it in. Yeah.
Yeah, you just wrote it in. Okay, good, perfect.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, you can make it bold. Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. I will just let you do it then.
Sure.
So yes, I have updated your stats,
Bold.
Both on the visual sheet and in your actual character sheet. So you should be good to go. Yeah. So this will be next week. There'll be we'll cut a little promo of you doing like a training montage. And so,
right.
And like we'll do it. We'll film it, and it'll air next time. It'll be like how you're like getting even bigger.
Yeah. Can I have some suggestions for the training montage?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Well, technically this will air next week because or actually no. You know what?
No, it's fine. I can.
Well, no. We'll have it so that it appeared earlier today. Before this match as like part of your hype package.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
But it will retroactively make this stat increase make sense.
Okay. So yeah, it's gonna be a short film of me on a ranch with no shirt, of course, and just
of course
my white pants with my cowboy belt with a huge buckle. And I'm gonna be ranching, getting bulls and eating giant steaks. It's just gonna be me kind of out in the yard, doing general cowboy things, and then just a shot of my face as I kind of look to the side and the wind is blowing through my hair, and then I'm just gonna the Texas music is gonna play.
Naturally.
So yeah.
Can you pile drive a hay bale?
All right. And one more thing before now, so you got over and your hand is being raised in the ring. but lest you forget, there is someone else in attendance. It's Kieran Kelly, the Irish Hammer.
That's right.
He gets up from his seat and walks to ringside with the belt over his shoulder. He looks at you for a long while, and he nods before he walks up the ramp. And the crowd is hype. He's looking like Kieran Kelly. He wants to wrestle.
Interesting.
He likes what he sees.
A cheater, but a cheater who's huge.
Mm-hmm. So he's ready. He's ready for your match. So the commentators are saying like, and I guess why not? Let's next week the CTV championship is going to be defended by Kieran the Irish Hammer Kelly against Johnny Legend. All right, now we move to next match on the card. Cowell Brax versus Jimmy Weston for a ladder match. Winner gets a 5-match contract.
Gets the control.
Get control of Cowell Brax's next 5 matches.
Ooh.
Yep. In that suitcase is Cowell Brax's contract for the next 5 matches.
Is it like in the center of the ring? I forget how ladder matches work.
It is in the center of the ring, suspended above the ring. Yes.
And does the ladder like start in the ring, or do we have to set up?
No, they're usually at ringside. So that will be the case as well. They're at ringside. Okay. There's usually like a handful scattered around, and there's probably more underneath the ring as well if you need them. Technically speaking, any match like this is like no DQ. The only way to win, and no pinfall, no submission. The only way to win is to get that contract in your hand. I guess Cowell Brax, you will enter the ring first.
All right,
And again, Andrew, you'll be in the comment. You'll be on the commentator's desk this episode.
Yeah, I can't remember if I had a persona that was announcing, or if I just used Jimmy Weston. But
I think last time you used Johnny Legend, or something. But it doesn't matter. You can be a wrestler. You can be a commentator.
Is it weird Johnny Legend is like consistently like commentating? Is that like?
I mean, it's not weird. Like, it's usually there's a reason that a wrestler will be on the commentary desk, and it's usually not just to do commentary. Usually it's to put heat on something or to hype something, or But it can. Like, there's no reason why they couldn't.
Okay.
So it's up to you.
I'll have Johnny be at the commentator booth, and specifically because it's Cowell Brax, and I have sort of like a weird beef / like arc,
exactly.
Also,
exactly. It would feel natural, right? The crowd wouldn't question why you were interested in the match. They'd be like, "Oh, it makes sense." Like,
also me too, because we started the whole like arc with me versus him.
Yes, exactly.
Being like, I hate you.
This totally makes sense. Like that you'd be interested in this arc, that your character would be interested in seeing what happens. So sure, go for it. Okay. But anyway, back to you, Tyler. Your entrance.
Okay, so I'm gonna make this as awkward as possible to start with. I'm not gonna appear. But while the crowd gets anxious and while they start to wonder what's happening, where is he? I punch my way through the floor of the ring, and I emerge.
Yeah, it's a gimmick ring. Yeah, for sure.
And at that point, I just start trying to work the crowd by as I flex, as I hopefully try to shoot flame from each of my hands using forbidden magic, aka
you got it. AKA sneakily hidden acetylene torches or something. Yeah, you got it. Work the audience. Go for it.
Yeah.
That's Cowell, always with the special magic.
I'm doing so terrible today.
Work the audience. Do you have any momentum you want to spend?
I have 2 momentum, yeah.
You could bump it to 7, and then you only lose 1 momentum net.
I'm gonna do that then, yeah. They like me.
Okay, so you'll spend 2, and then you can choose 1. You can actually, the only thing you can do is gain 1 momentum. So you just go net down 1 momentum. But the crowd cheers. Yeah, they
you
like it.
You don't get hard moved.
Yeah, no guarantee that I would. But
fair enough.
If it says May, then I mean it. It's
I guess you're already at 0 audience.
Yeah, the audience does not like me.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
That's fine. Johnny Legend's got your back, and so does Jimmy Weston, I imagine.
So I'm fighting Jimmy Weston. He does not have my back.
Yeah, but he's the clown. His job is to enable you.
That's kind of true, but
maybe he's gonna break his role. He's gonna become the
Will he turn heel? Will he turn heel and make me ignore regulation? Oh no!
He'll become become the ace.
Oh. All right. Well, after he's whatever cheering, my music starts. I can't remember what I described it as. Oh yeah, it's like the Office theme song.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then, but it's playing, but I'm not in the promo. It's like Kyle Brax is in the promo, dressed as looking at the camera, dressed in what I'm wearing is a joke to on Kyle Brax, but it's obviously just crappily Photoshop, but also we need to actually film him to actually make it look hilarious. So it's all this this big funny thing, and then a big firework goes off, but a bunch of legal documents fall down, and it's a double reverse. I don't come out immediately, and there's a bunch of paper and confetti and maybe some more fireworks, and then off to the side behind the ring, or maybe even behind the announcer booth, one of the security guards rips off his jacket, and it takes off his hat, and it's Jimmy West, and he runs in and grabs a ladder.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, the ring announcer is very confused, but he sees both competitors in the ring and ready to start. So the bell gets rung. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
And I we'll start it off with Jimmy Weston. He's I'm since you made the surprise entrance.
A double surprise. I'm trying to bring a ladder and use it as a spear to try to go in, and also not to lose control of the ladder as I try to get into the ring without it. And so I think what I'm going to do is prop it up, then slide in, and then if Kyle Brax is there, I'm going to try to trip him, I think. With
the ladder that you're throwing a spear?
No, I'm propping up the ladder, I'm trying to get it from you, but then you grab it and you're fighting me, and then I'm oh no, so I pull it back and kind of prop it in the corner, and then try to jump in and then trip you so they can then pull it in without you interfering. But it's all wrestling. That's my plan. But it's all gonna to see if I can actually trip him. It's a good wrestler.
Make the wrestling move. Seems like just a normal wrestling move. We'll go with just work, I think.
Right, you have the audience's attention.
Good stuff.
I'm gonna gain 1 momentum and give up control.
Okay. So you go to 3 momentum, and Tyler, you have control of the match.
I have control of the match.
So maybe I trip him, but he doesn't quite trip, or maybe I get tripped too or something, and then we're both in the ring. Or no, I trip him and then I stumble in the giant hole in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the ladder on top of the hole to try and keep you down below. You are my prisoner in this throne.
I'm gonna be right back, but carry on.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and forcibly keep you under the ring.
Sure. My hand is flailing through one of the ladder rungs.
I'm gonna try and step on it. I like this.
I like pull my arm back or after you like whatever kick it or something.
And while this is happening, I look up to see where the suitcase is, the briefcase.
Oh, okay.
Or is the briefcase even out yet?
It's dangling above the ring at the top of the ladder.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I mentioned that I'm using the ladder to barricade him under the floor of the ring.
Okay. So, yeah, that just seems like classic wrestling stuff, you know, wrestling move, I would say, and I will say maybe just plus work. Just
okay.
no. Actually, this seems like because you guys need to cooperate to sell this. Maybe I'll just go plus heat. So roll wrestling move plus heat, which is +3 that you have with Sean right now.
Okay.
Yeah, because you guys this is more about.
Yeah.
Crowd pops. You nailed it. Retain control. Gain +1 momentum. There you go.
You like step on my hand and I'm like, ah! You hear like a scream from underneath or whatever.
and on the play-by-play, like they add sound effects to it.
All right.
Now that I continue. Wow. Yeah, there's like 2 extra rows on here I didn't see before. Neat.
For what?
Oh, like where it says right above 10 or more, or it says or it lists what it says. It's all good. Just I didn't actually think about that consciously. It's not important. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just making sure there's nothing wrong with the display.
There's nothing wrong.
Okay, good.
Just I see the sentence showcase a sequence of maneuvers people want to remember. I'm like, yes, that's dope.
Yeah.
And it says computed showcase the sequence of the maneuvers people want to remember. It says it twice.
Yeah. Now that I have hopefully gained favor with the audience, I'm going to now proceed to get that suitcase.
Oh, sorry. That reminds me. Sorry. You should have an extra momentum. I forgot because this match has a stipulation.
Oh, okay.
I forgot to give that to you. Yeah, whenever a match has a stipulation of any kind, you get +1 momentum at the start of the match because you've wrestled a billion matches, so you know what to do. Okay, so go ahead.
Alrighty. Now that I have kept Jimmy in this basement of horrors, this hole of shame, I will now take this ladder that I've used to barricade him, and I will now make my attempt to go up the ladder to get this suitcase. I want control of my life, damn it.
All right, so he's climbing up the ladder. Sean, are you just gonna let him?
Well, I wouldn't. He has narrative control. Do I flip the ladder, Tyler?
Sorry. So generally how narrative control. Maybe I should refresh you guys on this. Generally, the way I would term narrative control when there's 2 player characters is the person with control says, I do X, and then the person who doesn't have it currently says, okay, in response, I do Y, and then they say, okay, and then I do Z, right? And the Z is the most important thing that kind of dictates what move you're doing.
Okay, right? Yeah, I'm gonna tip his ladder.
He has control because he decides what happens at the end of this sequence. But you still say how you respond to what he's doing, right? He doesn't just say, "Oh, I body slam you, then I punch you, then I, knee drop you." There's a little bit of back and forth,
Yeah, and I'm not going to dictate what you're doing. That's insane.
Exactly. No. I mean, you could if you wanted to say, "Okay," and then you could just like it is possible that you can just dictate a sequence of moves, but generally people want to say what their character does, right? So this way is like you could just say, "Oh, Tyler could just dictate everything that happens as long as he has Sean's character take some actions too, right?" That's also possible, but it's easier if you kind of go back and forth because then that way each character there's a bit of more back and forth like there would be in a wrestling match. So
I'm going to attempt to knock your ladder down, but I might have to crawl out of the hole while I'm doing that and try to like kick it.
Yeah. So Sean crawls out of the hole and he's pushing against the ladder as you try to climb up, Tyler.
I am going to
respond?
leap. I'm going to leap for the suitcase. It's a jump of life.
Nice. Yeah. A big flashy spot. Okay, I like it.
And I'm like kicking the. I'm like no, it's all timed.
So how about this?
It's all timed, so I like shoulder the ladder away, so he's like in the air.
Yes, he successfully kicks the ladder away, and you make a leap for the suitcase. So yeah, roll a wrestling move. This is pretty technical. This is pretty technical stuff. So I'll have you roll wrestling plus work. All
right, my work is +2.
Yeah.
Please be good. Please be good. Ah.
That's good. That's good enough. So you can either retain control or gain +1 momentum and give up control.
I'm gonna gain +1 momentum and give up control. But now I'm curious, like, was my leap successful? Like,
well, it dictate exactly what happens, right?
Yeah.
So either you grab it, but you know, I mean, you don't win the match, so you can't get you can't get it down. But you can dictate whatever happens in a different way.
Wait, I can't get the suitcase down. Like if I were to catch it there.
Well, if you get the suitcase down, you win the match.
Yeah.
And I haven't said who wins the match yet, so you can't just win the match unless you like do something to make yourself win the match, right? You take a move that makes you win the match, like Andrew did in his match. He used the heel move to book himself to win the match, right?
Ooh.
But you haven't done that, so you can't just win the match.
Okay, that's
unless you make a move in game that says that you could. This is just a normal wrestling move. So
okay, well, in that case, I am going as I'm in midair, as me knocks the ladder out from under me. I reach up with my hand to try and grab the suitcase, but I know that I am just out of reach. So mid leap, I dislocate my shoulder to extend my arm to be able to grab the handle of the suitcase. Whether or not my weight is strong enough to yank it down, I will let you decide, but that is how
Oh my god, this man is inhuman.
Exactly. All right, so he's dangling from the suitcase. Sean, sorry, did you gain momentum and gave up control, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Sean, you are in narrative control. Cowlbrax dangles from the suitcase above you.
I look stunned, being like, "Oh my god!" And my character's like looking around, like, "What do I do? What do I do?" And then I have the idea of like, "Oh yeah!" And I run over and get a ladder, and I'm like swinging at his legs to try to knock him off the suitcase.
You're getting a ladder swung at you, Tyler. How do you react?
Very, very poorly. I try to kick the ladder away from me as this is try and hook my foot onto it because this is nuts. This hurts. Ow, my shins.
All right, and
that's my internal narrative. Ow, my shins.
So he hooks his foot onto it, so I can't swing. I'm like struggling, but I'm just gonna like put my full weight on the ladder and try to like pull him down.
Oh my god.
Yikes. Okay, this sounds dangerous. Do you want this to be like a wrestling move, or
I'm just actually setting up the ladder again? Yeah, I just want it to be a wrestling move.
Okay.
Where it's I'm like pulling it down and like it opens up at the last second and he can like, I don't know.
Right, because this could be like a hardcore move if you're like really going for it.
No,
right?
I'm
technically this is a hardcore match.
I'm not going for the blood. I'm not that kind of
so
wrestler.
just a normal wrestling move then, and I will make that plus work.
I wouldn't even be mad if you like literally killed me in this match. That'd be pretty funny. I'm here for it.
All right, I'm gonna spend 1 momentum.
Okay.
And I'm gonna retain control.
You got it. So yeah, go ahead. And so yeah, you yank him off the suitcase, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so I yank him down, and he kind of slips like on the ladder, and I'm like the way it's like the way it was like set up is like I stabilized the ladder, so he like falls over, but he's like holding on to the ladder still, like the top rung, and his like foot is like through one of the rungs, and then that's when I'm going to pull him off the ladder.
Yep, you yank him off. He collapses in a heap on the mat.
Ouch! Ouch! I fell.
And then I'm going to and then I'm gonna like push the ladder over, because it's not gonna, like, we have to wrestle a little bit more before before anyone wins, because it's like you're a bit desperate, and so I run into the ropes, get like bounce off, and then run, and then I'm trying to like grab one of his arms and like swing around, and basically like he'll do like a somersault as I grab one of his arms and like go behind him, so it's like a cool like I crashed into him kind of move.
I think you're gonna be like an arm drag basically. Pretty standard wrestling stuff, but you see them, they look pretty good. So they look good, and they're pretty easy to do. So you see them all the time. You flip them over in an arm drag. Tyler.
I've been flipped over and I'm in an arm drag, so like I'm being dragged on the floor, or?
No, so an arm drag, basically you get flipped over, like someone grabs you by the arm and flips you over them.
Okay.
And you land on your back, basically.
Okay, so it's like a judo move. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But it was like it was like a running one. So like we were almost like going into like a lock, but then like I flipped you over, and then I kind of like jumped like around, so that my character's a little jumpy kind of character. If I wrestler.
You have a lot of dex and speed. I like it.
I guess.
I'm slow and menacing, so this balance was perfect. As I've been thrown on my back, I decide it's probably time to like put my arm back into my socket.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to you, Jimmy, and I am going to try and do an Irish whip at you, and it's going to be with my dislocated arm, and my goal is I hope that I can flip you in a way that when you hit the ground, my arm just goes back into its socket from the sheer force of the momentum. That's what I want to do.
So by an Irish whip, what do you mean, like? Because like an Irish whip is when you basically like throw a guy into the ropes, basically.
Oh, whoops! I got the wrong terminology. I meant I'm gonna push myself back into the ropes and use that to forward.
Okay.
Sorry, wrong term, but
no, it's okay. I just if you don't, sorry. What exactly are you? You said like you wanted to like re-put your arm back in, but
in a sheer show of force, I want to throw Jimmy while he. That's what I want to do.
You cut out as soon as you started describing what you were going to do. And I didn't hear a single word of what you said.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Okay.
You said yeah.
I'll describe what I'm envisioning. So maybe it'll Tyler will be like yeah or no. Is that Tyler throws me against the ropes, and as I come back to him, he puts out his like hand toward me like as like a chokehold, but the sheer force of it like pops his shoulder back in and stops me dead.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, got it. So he's got you. Yeah, so he's stopped you, Sean, in your tracks. He's got I assume around your like throat, or because that's the only thing that really makes sense to me. If he stops you with a single arm.
Yeah.
But how do you turn it around on him?
All right. So after that, because I was expecting to do another kind of like cool move, but I wasn't I was expecting him to be only one armed for a bit of the fight, or at least that's what I'm seeing. So I'm a bit surprised. And then what I'm gonna try to do is try to like struggle a bit and like push him back, because we're kind of in the middle of the ring and there is a giant hole in the ring. Push him in the hole.
Right. Yes. So you use the ring. You use the ring against him. Nice. I like that.
Jimmy, he always being smart for you.
Is there a hardcore move I could do?
I don't think that's particularly hardcore.
Okay,
that's just like good ring psychology right there.
Fine, wrestling move
just the wrestling move. I think
it's like fighting and wrestling while he's like has me in a chokehold.
Yeah, no, exactly. This is just
work.
Just plus work. Yep, nothing fancy.
All right, 7.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna retain control.
All right. Well, you've done a lot of wrestling. I think now's the time. I'll tell you the finish. Jimmy Weston is going to win. He is booked to win this match.
All right. I think I've described my finisher before, and I feel like that will be an appropriate finisher. But I'm going to do it from the ladder once I get the briefcase in my hand.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. Okay. So Calibrax is all tied up. He's fallen into the hole in the match, and you take the opportunity.
Yeah. So I set the ladder up. I go up, and then I struggle for a little bit as he climbs out of the ladder, and I finally freed the briefcase. And I look at him, and I jump. And so basically, I jump at him, and I like my like legs go over his shoulders. It's like a kind of like a reverse piggyback, and then I go backwards, and he flips and does like a front flip. It was the legal eagle, I believe I called it.
The legal eagle, a Hurricane Rana variant, basically, from the top of the ladder.
And this time I'm holding like a briefcase in my hand the whole time, like I'm like clutched in front of my chest.
Yeah, so this is a devastating hit. So Cowlbrax is like down for the count. Maybe actually, roll the finish. Yeah.
Is there even a count, or are we gonna fight over the what are the rules? Do we have to the person to leave?
No. You win.
Okay.
But let's roll your finishing move anyway to see how good it goes.
Okay.
Like how good it looks, right? Because technically speaking, you don't need to do a finishing move to win a ladder match. But usually, what will happen is like the guy will hit the finish and then go up the ladder and get the briefcase, right? You did it in the opposite order, but
all right, I'm gonna spend 1 momentum.
Okay, so you spend 1 momentum. What does it do?
Now
you
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was just gonna say the only thing I can do is put over is like bump something up a level, right?
Yeah, it'll go up to 10 or more.
Okay.
Are you going to do that?
Yeah. I think I will. Are you bumping yours? So how does that work? Like, do I bump it up and then I bump it?
I'm spending
There's no hard and fast rule for this.
I'm spending 1 to go to 7 to 9.
And then if you want to put him over after that to make it a 10, that's totally fine.
Yeah. I was just trying to think if there's a way to get Tyler +1 heat so that he gets an audience at the end of this, but just so he's not fired. But maybe that's just how cookie crumbles. So I'm gonna hype up Jimmy as he's coming down with the briefcase because it is pretty epic. So he comes down with the legal eagle. I'm gonna say, "Oh my God, where's this man's sperm? How do I have him defend me? Look at him defend himself in the ring. Everybody, hire this man. This is what justice looks like." And then you land the move.
All right, that's cool. I'm going to give Tyler +1 audience.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That's right, because you're
that's one of the things you can do with the finisher with the cloud.
Yeah. And what I do is I open the case, and then because there's fake blood or whatever, because Tyler's blood, and I'm like, you sign in blood, and I dip his hand.
Nice.
I dip his hand in his the fake blood, and then I put it onto the things each one. And then I straighten out the legal documents, put them back in the briefcase, and I'll be like, I'll see you later.
That's fucking cool. Oh my God.
I'm just gonna end it right there. That's cool as hell.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we're gonna leave it right there. That's gonna. I mean, there's you know, they're gonna cut to commercial after that. Yeah, definitely. They're like, that's perfect.
Beautiful. Oh my god.
Next week. So for next week, just some notes. Sean will first things first. We'll need to have you do a promo at the top of the show explaining what all of this means, right? Because it's pretty complicated. So it's the kind of thing that even though they explained what the stakes of the match were, now that you've won, you have to explain it again to the audience. So we'll have to remember to do that next time. But yeah, so next week on the CWA, Johnny Legend gets a title shot for the TV championship, and Cowell Brax is now under contract to Jimmy Weston.
Oh my, in blood.
Yeah, signed in blood.
Oh, so we'll hear of this.
What does this mean for Cowell Brax's hopes of amassing his overtly, what was it?
Overtly severe and harmful alliance.
Overtly severe and harmful alliance. We'll find out next time. All right.
Excellent. That is great. I'm excited for next time, and we will hopefully, if you're watching this on YouTube, click through or whatever, join the stream. Who knows? Bye-bye.